Welcome again to the next exciting episode of it. Yes, get ready, drum roll. We do have a name now. Sizzle. Sizzle with Chef and Michelle.
I've always had a name, but all right.
I just want to point out that obviously I have a little bit more job security because my name is in the title.
I've always been it.
We can get another chef to come in.
Not quite like me though, but that's all right. All right. So what are you doing with all the booze today?
That's a question that is often asked of me. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about holiday entertaining today. And, you know, even though you can't have a big crowd, you're frequently going to get people that stop in. Do you do a lot of holiday entertaining at your house?
We try to. Depending on a lot of children come visit, adult children, well, by age.
Yeah.
But so that's what, sometimes when they just pop in, we like to have something that we can put together quickly. So there are ingredients that we generally have in between our pantry and our fridge. You know, some fresh berries and heavy cream, just in case I want to make a quick sauce. So these are all things that I usually have on hand.
Well, you know, cocktails are very popular right now. I think they're kind of trendy. And I know that my family, again, I have adult children as well, and everybody likes to have a fun cocktail. But a lot of times you end up buying strange ingredients that you can use for one cocktail, and then it sits in your liquor cabinet and you can't use it again. So this is a fun little cocktail. It's called Waiting for Snow, but all of these ingredients can be used in other things. Spiced rum, obviously.
On the rocks.
On the rocks, you can just drink it right out of the bottle.
Yo-yo-ho.
And rum and Coke, lots of things. Creme de menthe, white creme de menthe. Great even in just hot cocoa, so that's handy to have on hand.
Right.
I like the white. The green creme de menthe tends to color things a little bit too much. And it's got Godiva chocolate liqueur.
Chocolate martinis.
Yeah, absolutely. Put a little bit of vodka in there and swirl a little chocolate sauce on it. And eggnog. So a lot of these things you can use for other cocktails. This is, as I said, it's called Waiting for Snow, and I have to apologize because...
What else would you do with eggnog?
You could put rum in it, you could put whiskey in it, you could put bourbon in it, or some people drink it
I just put it in the
straight.
back of my fridge and then throw it out after the holidays, but okay, you can use it.
Well, the nice thing about this drink is that even though a lot of people say they don't like eggnog, it's really only a small part of the drink, and it just kind of gives it a nice creamy spiciness. So I would not avoid this drink if you don't like eggnog, because you won't even know it's eggnog. And I do have to apologize because we were supposed to film this 2 weeks ago, and at that time, these bottles were nice and full and decorative.
Brand new.
As I said, it's a good thing we didn't postpone any longer, or they would be empty. So, are you going to have a cocktail with me?
I generally not one to turn them down. Even
All
though
right.
it's 8 o'clock in the morning, I don't care.
Well, it does have dairy in it, so it could be considered breakfast, I thought.
So a little bit of protein.
Okay, so we have 1.5 ounces of rum. Now, you could put this into a shaker if you wanted to. I'm going to serve it on the rocks.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I am measuring, I know.
With booze, I don't measure so much.
Well, it's kind of hard to go overboard, isn't it? It just has a little bit of cream de menthe in it, just enough. 3/4 ounce, and this will be on the screen, so if you're not...
It'll make it hard to see.
Yeah. So what's your favorite cocktail? You strike me as a bourbon guy.
Well, when it comes to liqueurs or liquors, I'll drink bourbon. Yes, I like that. I'm more wine. You know, I don't somewhere along the line.
Yeah, we have a lot of wine at our house as well.
Yeah, I'm sure you wine a lot. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
The funny story about bourbon, I'll never forget it. I worked in the South for a while. And I used to cater, would be in people's homes, and you'd see the same people at these different charity events all the time. Looked up one day, I was bartending, and saw this gentleman. This was in the winter, and in the summer he drank a gin and tonic. So I looked, oh, would you like your gin and tonic? And he stopped and he said, young man, you drink your white liquors in the summer and your dark liquors in the winter. Now give me a bourbon and ginger.
Well, he is my kind of guy.
I'll never forget that.
I'm kind of that way.
I thought you said you didn't put much in there. You got more of that in there than you do with rum.
Well, not a lot more, but if you count,
I didn't ask you how much more.
Okay, it was a half an ounce of the creme de menthe and 2 ounces of eggnog. So if you count the other alcohols, eggnog is still on the low side. I'm making a mess of the counter here. So I'm gonna put some ice cubes in here. If you wanted to shake it,
you would use a shaker, I'm guessing.
you could shake it and you could put them in a martini glass. But when I put them in a martini glass, I drink it very fast.
I blame it on the winter evaporation fact.
That's right. It's just evaporating. Man, these ice cubes are not very big. I'm struggling. I'm riding the struggle bus.
Thought you were driving it. That won't work.
All righty. You know, we needed a little Christmas music in here. Can you sing? Do you want to sing a song?
I wouldn't call that music then.
All right. All right. Cheers.
Happy holidays.
Give us a try. What do you think?
Yeah, if you didn't tell me eggnog was in there, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, that's what I tell people. Don't be afraid of this cocktail just because of the
do
eggnog.
that behind closed doors so people don't get to see it.
That's right.
All right.
You can put it in a pitcher so nobody would see what's coming out of the carton.
True that.
I'm going to slip this in the refrigerator.
Make them up ahead.
Yeah.
All right, so for my fun today, we're going to make a dish called, a quick dessert called Strawberries Romanoff. It is very simple. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7 ingredients. Mostly, as I said earlier, that you keep in your fridge. We start off with, over here I have sour cream, but on the right here is yogurt to show that you can make it healthier and not have to have as much, fat. And then brown sugar, nothing healthy about that, but we'll get over it. And then powdered sugar versus granulated, and then heavy cream. And I'll talk about that later. Then we have vanilla extract, pure. The imitation just does not taste the same.
Oh, you never want to get that.
No, it's if you read the ingredients on it, it's vanilla is like the 3rd or 4th ingredient on it. It's ridiculous. And then we have some brandy here. So it's alcohol. Alcohol is good for you, I guess. So what we're going to do first.
We have a theme for this show. Alcohol.
So first thing we're going to do is take said sour cream and dump it in my little handy dandy mixing bowl. Then we're going to take the brown sugar, chunk, 3 tablespoons brown sugar, half cup of sour cream. Stir that up to dissolve that a little bit. Then we'll add our teaspoon of vanilla extract, tablespoon of brandy.
I think some people like to get the artificial vanilla because it's clear and they're worried that the vanilla is going to color their dish. But I don't really think that shows up very much. I don't think it makes a difference.
Not enough. Now, if you're after, the whole reason you cook is for flavor. If you want to call that, the reason for doing that, then no. Now, the hardest part about this dish is whipping the heavy cream. Now, I have this out here just so you can see it, but actually it's better if you take it cold, straight from the fridge. So I have some pre-measured.
I don't want this to go to waste, so you just go about your business, and I'm going to
All right, also, if you have a chilled bowl, that also helps so you don't have to put so much effort into whipping the cream. You can just, it cuts down the time. When you start going back and forth, when you're whipping cream, you're trying to incorporate air to make it fluffier, lighter. Heavy cream, whipping cream, whatever you want to call it. It's just a real simple thing to do. You go back and forth. It's only a half cup, so it shouldn't take but a few moments to whip. And once I get it started, then I will add my powdered sugar. And you want to add powdered sugar versus granulated sugar because it will dissolve faster into the whipping cream. The granulated sugar could be a little grainy still after it whips, and it could cause weeping. And then usually,
I'm assuming that, for maybe some of the older ladies out here that don't have the wrist strength, you could use an automatic beater for this.
Yes, you could, without a problem. I mean, and if you really, you could cheat completely and even use Cool Whip. I have a hard time saying that. That's what my mom would use. She's not known for her culinary prowess. I mean, as I said once.
You know, there's some different things that women of our mother's generation, I think they never had packaged products like Cool Whip, so when it became popular, they were pretty excited about that opportunity.
Yeah, it was less work. It was like TV dinners.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, check this out. I got a complete meal, sort of. But, you know, then sit around and watch the TV shows. Now, another thing, which I'll do with the yogurt one, just to cut down on the, we're going to do two things with the yogurt. One, I'll make it with just the brown sugar, the vanilla, and the brandy, because it's plain Greek yogurt, and not even add the whipping cream if you want to keep the fat down. It's actually pretty good. It's not as light and fluffy, but it is still good. So
I'm always looking for a dessert that's healthier, because you like to just end your meal with a little bit of sweetness, but not be overwhelmed with calories.
okay.
I wouldn't want to cut out calories.
Yeah, no kidding.
She
You got
said
it all
as
in
she's
the eggnog.
drinking eggnog.
So then what we'll do is take said stuff, and we'll combine the two ingredients. We're going to fold them together. And the true definition of folding is, you just throw that, incorporating two or more ingredients without losing any volume. That's what folding is. So I'm just going to gently stir it, fold it, go back and forth to get them together and make it nice and uniformed. Looks very light. Now comes the hard part. Dump it in strawberries. Then
That looked hard.
Then you just fold those all together, and then you have a quick, easy dessert. Now, a couple things you can do at this point. One is you can take a candy bar and put it in the freezer earlier, and then chop it up, and then just add a chopped up candy bar to this. It gives you some chocolate to go with the strawberries, another texture, which is nice. So doing that, and then we'll just put it in our handy dandy martini glasses. You could use these little glass dishes to put it in, whatever you had. But we'll just.
It'd be really good with dark chocolate in there, I think.
You could drizzle the dark chocolate over the top. But yeah, with the candy bar will give you the chocolate flavor in there. Yeah, I see. Heaven forbid.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I noticed that. You could.
I have a job in this duo.
Throw a little cookie in there to try.
Cocktails and tasting. Okay.
There you go.
Let's see how this tastes. Tasty.
Yeah, it's nice and easy. Now what we'll do next is we'll take.
Now, I imagine you could use a variety of different fruits or berries in that. I mean, could you do it with, it's Strawberries Romanoff, but if you've got raspberries on hand or blueberries.
Yeah, I mean, the name's interchangeable. I mean, it's, you don't have to use, it's like a lot of things. Just because it says that doesn't mean that's what you're going to use. And if I'm not going to use any heavy cream, I need to.
Because we want to be healthy.
Well, at least make it look that way. Is use double the amount of yogurt that you would. Instead of half cup, you'd use a full cup.
Did you say that was Greek yogurt?
Yes, Greek yogurt, plain.
Now, what's the difference between Greek yogurt and regular yogurt?
There's
Other than one's Greek.
Well, that was basically it. It's the culture of it, and that a little thicker, and that. And if you read the side of the containers, amount of sugars and all that, so it's amazing what's in some yogurts. It's supposed to be healthy, but it's a lot of times it's not so much. Since I use plain, I will add my vanilla to it. If I bought vanilla yogurt, I won't even need to bother. So you can tell it's not as light looking as the other one, but I'll skip the powdered sugar. I might sprinkle some on top, but I'm just trying to cut down on the sugars because back to the healthy thing. Now, basically, you have a breakfast here to go with your breakfast cocktail.
I know it. This is my kind of breakfast.
Eggs,
Yeah.
from the protein, the eggs, from the eggnog, and then we'll just take this.
I'm really coming off sounding bad. I don't typically drink
Before 9.
cocktails for breakfast.
Okay, you can see And this actually will work quite well. And there again, you could add the candy bar to it if you wanted. And just so I can save, since I put it out there, may as well use it. A little bit of that over it.
That.
All right, and you can
All
put
right,
in a
we'll
fresh
do this.
sprig of mint.
Let's see. The taste of the strawberries comes through, I think, a lot more with the yogurt.
Yeah,
But I like them equally as well.
Yeah, it's there's less stuff going in it. The heavy cream being heavier to coat, but I like the lightness of this. And then after the holidays, this would be good for the healthiness of it. Because before the holidays, well, I kind of don't pay so much attention. That's what I have for the day. We've been drinking and eating, and
Two of my favorite things.
All right, and thank you for participating in this.
Yeah, thanks again. And as I said, our new name is Sizzle. Our winner was Mary Beth Smith. And Chef will be preparing her a meal, and I will be delivering it. So thank you, our lucky winner, Mary Beth Smith. And come back next month, and we will be sizzling again.
There we go. If you have suggestions, let me know.
Thanks a lot. Happy holidays.